は僕をダメなやつと思う鏡を見つめる僕を見下げているけど中には大きな力希望がある Maybe I'm a little young but you don't know what I become Can't you see it in my face Demon living in disguise but you can see the killer in my eyes I've got a look you can't escape You can't escape Maybe I'm a little young, but you don't know what I become. Can't you see it in my face? Demon living in disguise, but you can see the killer in my eyes. I've got a look you can't escape.
So you're saying it didn't reach you? Come on, man. Why?
Let's get this going.
The darn delivery man must have eaten it. Well, trying to,
What you think, what you think?
Hi. Hello and welcome. Thank you all for joining us once again on this marvelous Tuesday. I apologize for the delay. We've ran into some technical difficulties, and I'm still running into more technical difficulties. Well, if you're all, I believe we don't have any crazy announcements. There's one slight one. For October 27th, I believe. Definitely make sure you tune into all the streams if you can. Tune into that. Make sure you mark that one on your calendar. That's going to be a fun one.
Extra special.
So,
I think it might be the 20th.
might,
Maybe the 26th.
is it the 26th? It is a Tuesday right around then. I can't see behind the light. 26th.
The Tuesday before Halloween.
Good job, Sistrava. You got us on the right track. So we'll have a fun little stream there. Some fun surprises there. But I believe we're all ready. We've kind of dilly-dallied enough right now. Asger, take us away.
Absolutely. So, we picked up with last stream mostly being a lot of combat-y goodness. So if you weren't there for it, I really, really, really recommend going back and watching all of our very pained facial expressions throughout many close calls and everything. But the story that you missed was our wonderful recycle wizard, our one and only, was kidnapped from us, and in an attempt to get him back, we come to the tower that we are all currently located at, still inside of. We had gone deeper into the tower in this room full of just darkness and dark orbs and all of this kinds of things. Even with our dark vision through most of the party, unfortunately, the enemy that we were facing, Shirku's sister, is a shadow blade of some sort who uses the power of darkness to her own benefit, and she gave us one hell of a fight in attempts to get them out of their cage. Thankfully, we were successful in rescuing them, and some very well-timed and well-placed moonbeam did a lot more damage after Shirku really wrecked his sister pretty good too to buy us enough time to get our recycle wizard out. The moonbeam, I think, sort of generally scared her off as she continued to whittle away at our own health. We decided to take the light tactical retreat. Unfortunately, she had the same kind of plan and ran upstairs to what we were unaware of at the time was a massive summoning circle operation happening up there. Mila, being the ever fearless Mila that they are, charged in completely headfirst, as always, as Asger would say, against battle tactics instructions without any of the allies and everything else. We all rushed up after her, not looking great and not taking a break in between the 3 sets of fights that we had had up to that point. So, getting a little worn down, as it were, we jumped up to this room, and some very well-placed spells and things left each side kind of on the ropes, but their side doing quite a bit better than ours. Mila was starting to get everyone to just retreat back behind her after we had taken out a few of their number. They've come really close to taking out a few of our number, as Asger pulled out the crystal that she had given to her from the first mate of the Royal Army. And in using said crystal, we got our wonderful, magnificent ally to come and literally save all of our lives. Because it was looking real rough. We had some, the thing that really turned the tide on us was what should have been the thing that ended the summoning circle with a roll of like 2, I think. It was something really, really low.
It was a 2.
It was a 2, okay. Sifer rolled a 2 on the D100 after attacking the magical circle. And we're like, it's a 2, it's gonna be great. It wasn't great. Instead, we successfully finished summoning the demon thing they were trying to summon. So we summoned our own crazy, magical, powerful monstrosity, and they wiped the floor with the room above, thankfully. Or at least so the characters hope. So we pick up, as all of us are basically licking our wounds down a staircase, running for our lives from what was about to be all of our grace.
Cool. Thank you very much, Asger. I appreciate it, as always. So, as you all are rushing down the stairs, who was in the lead?
I have to ask.
Yes.
Am I still slowed? Because if I am, I'm hobbling down the stairs.
Yes. For the first 6 seconds, you are. After about 6 seconds, you feel that wave of that, like the lethargy that's just sticking with you disappear. But real quick, who was leading the charge down the stairs? Was it Strava or Shirku? Okay.
I know it's not Mila because me and us.
Mila was around the back, I remember that.
Yeah, we had to drag Mila down.
I vote Shirku.
Oh, right. We had to drag Asger down. That's
Yeah. So Shirku is the one leading the charge down. After about 6 seconds, you notice Sifer, your mage, starts to walk about normal speed again. He's able to actually hoof it. And as you're going down the stairway, you actually see materializing out of the shadow your sister. She's near the end of the hallway right now. Might as well.
Yeah, I'm all the way back here, so I can't actually see anything.
Didn't
Okay.
know the order. I was just moving you guys over there.
Okay.
So you watch as she just materializes out of the dark with like trying to catch her breath. And she takes a breath. Do you do anything?
Yes, as soon as he says her, he instinctively starts with, because he has questions of his own. Sister. Before heading towards her.
As you say that, she like looks over and she is battered right now. Like, yeah, she's had some healing, but you did a number on her and she is not looking great. She's like, hi Shirku. And then you see like she's like looking around and like thinking.
Well, let's get you out of here before anyone else tries to kill you.
How about I don't become your prisoner?
I wasn't thinking prisoner, but all I really want is questions answered, really.
Do you want to make that persuasion check?
Sure, why not? It's probably going to be bad since its persuasion's bad.
That's pretty good.
Oh.
On your word, I won't be prisoner or executed?
I won't be doing any of that. I'll just have to make sure a current paladin doesn't do anything.
Everyone else is within earshot of that, by the way, too.
And yes, I know the irony. I know I'm usually the one that ends up accidentally killing everyone, even if I hold restraint. I say before Paladin can say anything.
If it...
Your turns and looks at you, stop, no longer attempting to fight to get up the stairs, and goes, "Is one of them over there?"
Maybe.
You hear, Asger, since you're the last one on the stairs, you do hear, like, it's almost like a storm of blades as you were heading down.
Either way.
You promise that I will be safe. I will go with you. Otherwise, I will find my own way out of here.
As long as our paladin can keep her speeder bot to herself, she should be fine.
Your sister worships the Mirror Man. Do you really wish to side your lot with her, then follow me?
Asger, I have the Mark II.
And I have yet to strike you down, as that you have yet to take active worship in the Man of Mirrors. The second that changes, however, this spear will not lay dormant.
Right. Shirku rolls his eyes at that. You can try. You can definitely try.
You want Aster to try? We can play this game, Mr. 11 HP.
Are you guys still walking towards her right now? Or are you guys like staying still?
Well, I am, but I don't know about the rest.
Asger's gonna follow Shirku at this point. Like, Shirku's saying some sus bullshit right now to the paladin. This was Zastrava basically pulling Asger back down the stairs to not go save, or not go help in the fight up above. But her attention has been drawn elsewhere now.
I mean, Shirku did help draw you down there too with Zastrava, so. Anyways. I honestly don't care who you worship or if they're evil or not. You're still family.
I'll answer your questions. But how about we... And as she starts to say that, Sifer, you hear steps, as well as Zastrava, quickly walking down the stairs.
Anthony, can they make me a wisdom save?
Who?
Your sister.
Oh. Let's see. What's the DC?
13.
She succeeds. She rolled a 13.
Damn. Actually, wait. Do I have any fate points? I'm going to use save point.
Oh boy.
So it doesn't compel her to actually attack you.
Yeah.
No, she's just not leaving.
Yeah.
She's not going anywhere at this point.
Okay. Did you spend a fate point?
Yes.
Okay. I rolled a 7. Darn it.
Alright, what's that?
Is she within 30 feet of you right now? Do you move
I
perfect?
measured
Nice.
just within 30 feet.
Yeah,
Yes.
she measured.
Becoming it. I'm in no shape to do anything more.
Yeah, even Shirku can't fight anymore. He's pretty much tuckered out. But he gives a sigh. Oh, really?
Oh, are you guys still here? You
They are the end.
you hear that as Aster's behind Sifer now.
Yeah, we're still here. I'm just...
What?
And it's only been about 13 seconds or 16 seconds, something like that.
The fighting's done. We don't have to fight anymore in this place.
Now it's just time for the execution.
No execution.
Holy.
From the sounds of it, since you're here in such a short time, the execution's pretty much already done.
As much as I would, I mean, would it be a problem if we actually stepped outside? It feels very... I'm used to the open waters now.
Yes, let's go outside. All of us. Everybody alive.
Well, you've already killed many of the people who are in this building, so that isn't going to happen.
I tried to do non-lethal. Tried to hold it back.
Aster, you did miss one, by the way. I've kept them very close, though.
Oh. Yeah, well, I saw one of them teleported down. Is there a problem with her?
No, we're just talking.
It's Shirku's sister, but she worships the Man of Mirrors, so according to Clothing's law, she should be executed.
She's also still family.
You watch as Aster just conjures up like a teacup and is just sipping her tea and sits down, and as you guys get outside, she just kind of sits down against the rock and is watching. In the sunlight, you notice that your sister's eyes seem like she seems to not be able, like she's squinting pretty hard for the most part. Not able to see as well as she normally might be able to.
Right. Actually, would my character know anything about that?
Yours? Not really. That not being full drow helps you out a lot there.
Yeah. Are you alright there?
The sun.
Is it bothering you?
As it bothers all of our pure-blooded kind.
Oh, light sensitivity. That's what it is.
Spending too long in the dark and not in the light of clothing. It has that effect.
So is what my brother says true? If I answer his questions, will I be allowed to leave?
I certainly hope so. I don't want to see any more of my family be killed.
I'm pretty sure I saw our mother being slaughtered as I went down here.
He closes his eye with that and gives
Along
a
with
sigh.
my other two sisters. And she like looks at Aster, and Aster's just like smiles and takes a drink.
So Sifer is actually going to go back to where that fight took place because one, he wants to figure out what the hell went wrong with that ritual when he shocked it, because he feels this is not a conversation for him to be part of.
Okay.
I'm going to look at Asker and be like, you had best behave yourself, because I don't want to leave Sifer again, because we all know it happened last time. So please, for all that is good, behave yourself. Sorry, I hit it twice.
Nat 20's Strava again.
So, you have been appropriately nannied. Don't do anything dumb. We will be back. Don't get married.
Thank you.
Just looks at the woman in front of her and just goes, I would never marry someone who worships the mirror, man. There's no crime more foul.
Yeah.
Alright, Sifer. Well, let's go.
As you two head up, Aster watches your eyes, watches it, and she's like, they should be fine. And she stays and continues to sip her tea. As they enter in the tower, though, you watch as the sister looks at you and is like, I don't worship the man of mirrors.
I gathered that much just by being here. But the entire town.
My mom venerates the man of mirrors.
You seem to be assisting in that cause.
Does she have a choice?
Have
You seem to have had a choice.
Have you ever had a higher power keeping you in one place? Have you never been stuck to do something not of your own free will?
I mean, my parents kept me in the castle for a very long time, but that was for my safety. And now there are consequences to those actions. So here I am.
And if we didn't sacrifice one person every 3 months to the Man of Mirrors, what do you think would have happened to our city? What do you think is...
Invasion of demons.
And I'm going to leave my mom, who is much more powerful than me.
Why not move all of you to a safety of Plomian's Light? You've had plenty of time if you've been doing this often. You have so much blood on your hands from this lengthy of time of murdering innocent people just to keep yourself safe. You don't feel that there are things that need to happen because of that.
Murdering innocent humans is not the same as murdering the innocent.
I see no difference in these.
Humans tend to destroy that which they shouldn't be touched.
And they pay dearly for those decisions.
They do. There was a time where my kind would wipe out an entire civilization just for learning the knowledge of a single existence of a fae. The few small numbers that have dwindled into our area in past to keep the rest of the scum and filth in the city safe. That's not an even trade compared to what it used to be.
Shirku, you're not doing a very good job of convincing me to let it live.
As you guys are thinking about her words, you still don't know which sister this is. Sifer, Zestrava. You're heading to the top of the top tower?
Yes.
Yes. I will let him know what Asker and I stumbled upon. I'll be asking, Sifer, do you still have that wondrous bag we picked up however many moons ago?
Lose precious magical items. Unless there's a con artist who charges an extravagant price for memory spells.
Yeah. Oh, those were good times. Anyways, let's go and see what's left, and hopefully no one else has made out with the loot.
So, which way are you heading? Towards the north tower, like the one where you had found all of the money, or are you heading to the one like where the fight had just been taking place?
Where the fight took place.
We'll start there.
Okay. So as you come up to it, you see the 3 remaining elves who had still been alive. The 3 female elves, Emodre, and then the 2 other sisters, have been stabbed so many times that you're not sure how she did it so fast. Like, they are all caught up and just on the ground, dead. As for the body of the, let me find his name real quick.
Something with a C? Is it
Akaro?
No.
Akaro Zabrush. You see a large pile of dust.
Ah.
Other than that, nothing really remains of Akaro.
I'm gonna go over to the ritual and roll an Arcana on it.
Okay. Give me that Arcana check.
Not good enough, sadly.
Nope. You can't really figure out, like, you're looking for even for the hints of the ritual, and you don't even see, like, the markings anymore.
I've seen you do a couple things. I guess I could look and see if it looks similar to anything we've stumbled upon.
Oh, give it a shot.
There are no markings left.
It looks like pretty scribbles.
There's not even pretty... There is a giant, like, black crater of where a lightning bolt hit. But other than that, not really.
Well,
Find his decision.
I do think we ought to be a little bit careful though, as I know we're both kind of hobbling along, and I'm not sure if Asger in her infinite wisdom left anybody unconscious. So might want to double tap the bodies. Not these, of course. These guys are more than double tapped.
It had looked like there were some missing unconscious bodies as you guys had been entering and exiting. You're not quite sure, but who was keeping count of how many people Asger knocked unconscious?
I will look for anything that seems noteworthy to take before we leave this tower.
That's a really nice spell book by Emodre that you see that's on the floor now.
I will
Strong,
put
you
that
had
in my
seen
bag.
as she had been carrying it.
How do you spell that name?
Emodre. Emodre. Aster's, Shirku's mother.
Anything else on that would be notable for Shirku?
Was that?
Would probably be good to give to Shirku, like a necklace, a memento. You know, people remember their mother, even if they tried to sacrifice them to summon an undead. But hey,
She does have a necklace.
I'll take it for him.
It's a small golden chain or platinum chain with a silver circle, well, platinum circle, and it almost looks like 5-pointed lightning bolt, like lightning bolts from 5 different points, like coming in and converging on the center.
Before I just can I detect magic on this?
Yeah. You detect no magic.
Good. I'm just gonna throw it in my bag, just a memento for Shirku because I like him. Good enough for me.
And then are you guys going to go to the other room and get all the money, I'm assuming?
Well, I'm also gonna take some of those daggers off the dead drow
Okay.
because they make good daggers.
They do.
Yeah, so let's head upstairs cautiously.
Okay. I'll just let you know all of the stuff at the other one. There was 5,000 SP, 2,300 GP, 8 platinum pieces, an amber stone gem, 2 amethyst gems, a garnet, 3 jade gems, a jet gem, 4 pearls, and 5 diamonds.
Well, those sound like they could be some lovely ritual components or some really nice jewelry.
No, they're for something big. Probably another one of these again, if I'm being honest.
There's also 3 sets of leather armor, 2 sets of studded leather armor, 1 set of hide armor, and 1 set of plate armor that you find in there.
Huh. I wonder if Asker or Shirku could use any of us.
I guess we just go back to the family drama. Oh boy.
Oh, yeah.
Alright, and back to Shirku and Aster and sister of the name that which you don't even know.
Well, moving on to Asger's desire to rid the world of everything that has to do with the Man of Mirrors.
I would like to point out that it isn't my desire personally. It is the law's desire to rid the world of evil.
Just technically, are there even any laws
No,
that would be taking place in this part of the country?
no.
There's about to be.
Asger's
Aster
just
stabs her spear into the ground and goes, "As princess, I declare that the Man of Mirrors shall not be worshipped on these lands, or aided and abetted in any way."
I'm afraid this continent's ruled by other
Aster?
people.
I know I'm here right now, but we don't have
Exactly.
enough military might to take rule of the Asherbrook. We have enough fighting going on with Asta.
I feel like we have successfully taken this tower as our own. That gives us legal to be able to do this.
I mean, if you end up wanting to kill her, you end up killing her. That's your prerogative.
Technically speaking, it's the laws of Plomian that I'm following here.
Technically speaking, yeah. There's the laws of Plomian don't necessarily include anything about the Man of Mirrors, since he was supposed to have been gone and disappeared for, and no one's seen or heard anything supposedly of him for the last 8,000 years.
Shirku's just face palming at this point.
You see your sister's like nodding along with Aster. But she did try and kill you, so if we need to kill her. And then your sister's like just frowning, like, damn it.
Oh,
Attempted regicide is illegal in all countries.
she didn't try to kill us. She more like tried to knock us out. My mother was the one who probably wanted to sacrifice us. Which actually brings me to one of my questions, not related to the sacrifice. The main part on my want to know. for context, for mostly context, did my mother tell you that I actually appeared and talked to her yesterday?
No, I hadn't really. Unlike my other sisters, I didn't really fall into the line of worship, so I didn't get to learn a lot. Just as the eldest, I was more of the one who had to learn to fight.
And you fight well. Really well.
I saw that nat one on your insight. She is being completely 100% true. You believe every word she is saying.
What's worse is I gotta steal my pants roll. I got a nat 1 followed by a nat 20.
Yep.
Well, if that's the case, then when I talked to my mother and asked her questions on when I last saw her, she was first surprised to even see me arrive, and based on her words, never even expected me to come back.
I mean, she had sent you away so that way you could harass and harm Malphas's plans.
And which is another point on she lied to me in the fact that she told me that I ran away and that she hated the fact, and I could tell based on her tone that she had the hatred towards me, which is where I'm curious on why she hated me.
Mom never really took to. The only reason she ended up birthing another child is because she was told she had to. And she didn't. Her husband was. My father was dead, long dead, so she had to mate with one of the people in the village.
I see. And what are the plans of Malphas?
The plans of Malphas the Undying? That is way above my pay grade. That is way out of my realm of what I deal with. The only part of his stuff I deal with is if any of the demons or anything lurks too close, I'm normally the one who has to go out and destroy them.
I see.
Because you pretend to have the light of Clomine in your town to lure unsuspecting people in.
Things that were in place well before I was ever born. Well before my mother was ever born.
And things you continue to aid and abet. You've not attempted to stop any of this.
How am I going to stop it? If I tried to stop anything, my mother would have just killed me.
You seem like a fairly strong warrior in your own right. Should have been able to stop her.
I don't think that's how that works.
It's not.
Isn't this what Mila talk about all the time to me? Is that the strong rule the weak? And that if you don't like the way something is running, that in your barbaric knowledge, you just kill the thing above you and take its spot?
Yes, if you're able to kill the thing above you.
What's the problem there is my mother, based on what you're saying, was the strongest person around here.
Yes. Aster's like,
Aster, what did you think of their ability to fight you off?
I'm in a different weight bracket than all of you, I think.
That's not surprising.
I would definitely be the strongest. I mean, I don't try and boast too much, but I mean, It's not boasting if it's true.
I'm
Asger
not-
just turns to Aster and goes, "That's all that Shirku or Mila ever listened to is the strong one."
Yeah, no. I'm not gonna listen to someone just because they're strong. No. I don't know any of my family. I barely know that you're my sister, so I guess let's start there. What's your name?
My name is Nilzadi.
Elzadi. It's nice to finally meet you in person, Elzadi.
Nice to meet you as well, Shirku. Hey, for the second time.
Sorry about the rough housing earlier.
No, I was referring. I knew you when you were younger.
Oh, did you?
I mean, you didn't leave until you were 7, and you're the youngest child.
Yeah, that's true. That's around the same time my mother gave me this halberd.
Mm-hmm. Our mom gave it? I've never
Yeah.
seen that before.
Yes, she gave me this halberd. She and the man of mirrors were standing beside each other. And she gave me this halberd.
Interesting. So you're fine with working alongside some of the Man of Mirror's powers?
He uses them to stop bad things from happening.
As far as I'm concerned, these powers aren't even anything gifted to me by the man of mirrors. As far as I know, I don't even worship him.
You don't need to worship someone to be gifted with their power. I mean, pulling out reflections of your own self, of different possibilities of where you could have once been? Do you think that's your own power, Shirku?
I'd like to look at it that way. If it's not, I'd like to find a way to make it my own power.
I mean, it's your power because you use it. But that doesn't necessarily mean that it just comes inherently from you. Every power has a source.
I
Whether
thought
it's the arcane, divine, nature.
I always thought it came from my mother's side.
Your mother who worships the Man of Mirrors?
Oh, it does make sense.
I mean, I doubt it came from Krilga.
Is that my father?
Yes. Shirku, yes. He lives more on the... he's not as social as most of them. He tends to do more... I've actually seen him out when I was stopping some of the demons that came close. Strayed too close. He's a hunter. A brute of one, but a hunter.
I have to meet him sometime.
I mean, I could always introduce you to him if I end up living.
I'd like that. And I'm sure more questions will come to me eventually, but considering you're the last person that is the only family left that I know of besides my father, and you're still my sister, I'd rather not see Asger get to you.
Asger gonna try and kill me?
Now, even if she did, I don't think she could keep up with you.
She's not the one I'm worried about. She looks a little bit further to...
That one I
Sure.
couldn't stop.
I don't think you could stop me at this point if you wanted to, Shirku.
No, I don't know about that.
You're as badly hurt as I am right now,
I could still stop you in your tracks,
and I could stop you in your own tracks.
but
And by
that
the
was
sounds-
still. But that
Power that you have may be
that-
something I should have stopped.
But that
And
sacrifice would
this-
still allow her to escape.
At this, you watch as the tower door, out the tower door comes Sifer and Zastrava. And Mila.
Oh,
Oh, that was not a pretty sight in there, if I may say so.
I imagine so.
The family going.
I'm sorry to say, but Cypher, your mic keeps fading in and out. For me.
Technical difficulties?
More of them.
No, you're still faded out.
You just sound really far away for whatever reason.
Yeah.
Let me try restarting my. Well,
Actually, that
unplug-
sounds a lot better now.
Oh,
Yeah.
really?
Yep.
Oh,
Mhm.
I just had it angled down a bit lower than I normally do. Sorry. How's the family reunion going?
It's going better than I expected. We're so far not trying to kill each other.
Shirku still hasn't quite convinced me I shouldn't kill them.
Oh. Well, if I may try to take a crack at, for my own sake, I go up to Shirku's sister. If I may ask you, what were you taught about Promane? Thank you, Lestrava.
That I should venerate her to those who come in and aren't actually local. So that way they don't think that anything is afoot.
Beyond the face, what were you actually taught about the goddess?
She was once a walking among us. She was the first of the Fae. Religion was never my forte like my sister's.
I can't blame you there.
How can you judge someone who barely knows about your god? I mean, if they're not taught about the glorious light, is it fair to judge them for not serving it?
I mean, their crimes go further than just a lack of religion. They've also brought countless people to their deaths for their own protection. Innocent people who had nothing to do with conflict.
Can you say they were all innocent? Have you met the people they put to death?
Travelers looking for safety. They've mentioned that they killed no one from their own town.
Our travelers granted to travelers who were running from the law, travelers who had committed terrible deeds. Not all travelers are innocent.
Especially on this continent.
Guys, quick math. If this person truly deserves the Master of Mirrors, you're aiding the Master of Mirrors by killing her. You're sending a soul to him for power. Better to make her repent, turn away from the Master. So when she dies, her soul doesn't help him.
If you all take responsibility for when she becomes her own mother and starts her own cult of the mirrors and summons more demonic monsters and
I
leads
think-
to more death and destruction.
I'm sorry, your name escapes me at this moment. I was tortured
Eddie?
recently.
Nels Eddie?
Are you talking about Aster?
Yes, Asker,
nice.
thank you. Do you have the Gia spell on you by chance? I know we'll have to pay for it. I'm not a fan of that part.
Um, this is the wrong list of spells.
And the mic is cutting in and out again. Nope, it's gone.
I never learned that magic. At least as far as my knowledge, it's not a type of magic I like to use.
So it's to this magic.
Was that?
What? No, your mic's still gone. It might be the wiring.
Unplug wire, plug wire back in.
He's looking for the Gia spell.
No.
Sorry for the technical difficulties, y'all.
Aster will look at Shirku and just go, "Do you wish to save her because you think that she's innocent? Or is this just your own personal bias because she's your sister? You made no recourse in stopping me from executing the Man of Mirrors cultists we met in the woods some months ago."
I want to get to know my family. Wouldn't you?
Well, yes, I guess. But if I were to find out that my family were full of evil murderers, probably much less so.
Would that include your own mother?
Yes, actually. I find that the law should not be, no one should be above that.
And what if the law is also causing murders?
I mean, the law does cause murders, but it causes murders to those who break the law.
And what for people who actually use the law for their own gain and benefit?
Then they are in their own way breaking the law and should be brought to punishment as well.
And yet they're not breaking the law because they found loopholes.
And then you need to write new law. That is how this works.
And doing so may take you multiple years. But moving from that,
she would be locked away somewhere. But she couldn't hurt anyone in that time. My only question here is that you're only doing this because she's family, and thusly you think she's above the law.
there is no law on this continent. And it's giving someone else a chance who was forced into this. Just as
You
I
were
was.
forced into this, but you've made better choices than her.
And she also had a worse condition than I did.
Did she? It sounds like you were thrown out into the woods at the age of 7. That seems like considerably worse conditions than being homegrown and taught by your mother.
And even if I was thrown out, it meant I could forge my own path. She was stuck here and couldn't. Even if she tried to leave, her own family would have hunted her down.
They refused to hunt you down.
That's because I was sent out here by them.
I mean, I can't imagine she's made any attempt at escape. She seems rather content with her posh life here.
She's
What if we could offer something different? Take her away from her posh life and show her the trials and tribulations of the road. We could always use a local guide. And perhaps, with the earnest light of Flomine shining upon her from you, Asger, you could change her opinion.
Asger thinks about it for a second. This seems acceptable.
That's 1, 2, 3.
I mean, if you wanted to, I could always take her aboard a ship. We could always use more workers on a ship.
Well, all we're doing right now is considering options, and we're not forcing the choice. This is her choice to make.
Is my choice death? Go on the road with you or go on a ship?
Yes.
Whichever you choose.
I choose not death.
That's the obvious one, yes.
And for now, I think we've all had a very, very rough day, so perhaps we could retire to the tavern for the night. I'm sure
agree.
Aster would be willing perhaps to help us guard the door of your sister to make sure there's no escape, and then come morning when we're all well rested and clearer headed, we can go from there.
Alright. Sure you could. And in the morning, I'd actually look to explore my mother's old home to see if I can't revisit family, maybe.
Hello.
Hey.
Oh, Sifer's gonna reach into his pouch and pull out the necklace. You know,
So ask her, see what it is.
small parting gifts. I found this on your mother.
Spear literally just spear goes across and just throws it into the water.
I have an AC. I can technically dodge this.
Yes, you technically can. Asker, please make an attack roll.
I wasn't trying to hit them, just attempting to hit the necklace.
What's your AC?
Is
So it's doing your AC plus 5, but I think that's still gonna hit.
well, so funny story. +5 takes me up to a 16. And then if you add in the shield spell, that takes me up to a 21.
Yup.
And if I use 2 fate points, that takes me up to a 23.
Nice.
It's a fake point, and it takes me up to a 23.
We're using fate points for this?
Yes. The
Yes.
Sifer like Shirku, so I will use another fate point. I've got 16 to blow.
Vela's gonna enjoy this.
So Asker goes, and Cypher's like, shield, which slightly slows down the spear as it's coming in, and then he just lifts his hand up just in time, just so the spear goes wide. Necklace is still
Look.
in your hand.
If anyone should be upset, they did torture me for a day. But you should have a keepsake from a parent, even if they are evil, or forget to
The
give you a
keepsake.
key.
Quite literally, the holy symbol of the man of mirrors. Why would you keep this as the keepsake? Why am I with this party of absolute heretics all of a sudden?
Because you're the one who decided to come with us.
I went on an adventure.
I felt it was a waste of time. I don't care whose holy symbol is what. I've got no belief in any of them.
Asger just squints at you, and then looks at Shirku, and then at Shirku's sister, and then Sistrava, and just walks off. She's just leaving.
Through the cliff, through the door, and back through the tunnel.
Yep.
Wait, back through the tunnel. Oh, you mean to the main house area?
Yeah, well, you guys have to head through the tunnel.
Yes.
Walk a couple of hours. I'm outside the trapdoor. Is it just
The whole way back, we just hear like echoes of Asker ahead of us, just like mutter, 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 flow mean, mutter, mutter, mutter.
She does realize that I have the literal emblem embedded into my skin of the mirrored man, doesn't she? I
That's
did show that
interesting.
to all you guys.
You hear Aster. And the whole way back, Nazaldi is very quiet. She's just kind of in the middle of you guys, I'm assuming, with Aster holding up the back, Asger at the front, a couple of 10 feet, 12 feet.
Oh, actually, that does remind me. I hate to do this, but Sifer, they that can't fly, can't they?
I mean, if you can figure out a way to talk to them, no, they can't.
Well, Mirrored Man wants to slow down or stop this man Melphis, and we're not sure why, but my mother might.
Is the Malphus you're talking about, Malphus the Undying?
Yes,
The dark god of the world?
yes.
I can
That's
think of a few reasons why someone might want to stop his plans.
Because the Mirrored Man came to my dreams at one point and literally said his name and said the same plan on reason why I was killing demons. Oh.
So, as you guys just continue walking all the way back to town, yes.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Asker, you're there first. You have the trapdoor above you, the ladder up there. You start going up, open up the trapdoor, look up, and you see a crowd of people. All like kind of sitting, like looking and staring at the, like where the tower should be, but it looks like they're looking at you. And even I cannot remember his name right now.
The lion, yeah.
Tristram the Brave is like wide-eyed as you open the thing and he sees you. He's like, Aska, what happened?
Many things happened. None of them good. I have terrible news for
Where's
all
the
of
tower?
you. The tower has been an illusion. Your mayor has been using this town to feed the Man of Mirrors creations. Every few months, she brings in unsuspecting travelers to their death by dragging them through this tunnel to a tower. You are all more than welcome to go and see the remains that we were able to thankfully stop of her creations and things. And
I have a bad feeling about this.
Shirku, the one that you helped save when he was a child, his sister yet lives, and she shall speak to you about the things that they have done and should be put to the rules accordingly. But this town is no longer safe. We need to take all of you much farther away from this place to bring you back into the light of Plomine. The protections that this place's false safety used to give you will no longer protect you. And I do not wish to see the innocent lives of this town lost because of one family's ill attempts at protecting their own.
Which sister lives still? Also, before you answer that, I've already updated Mila's. Asger, you get 3 more fate points. Shirku, you get 6 fate points. Sifer, you get 2 fate points. And Zestrava, you get 3 fate points. You can all thank Anti-Antics for donating all of his channel points.
Thank you, Auntie.
Much appreciated.
He just changed the tempo for y'all at some point. Which sister still lives?
I'm gonna butcher her name. Brilaga?
What?
Brilaga?
You did butcher the name.
I didn't get a spelling of this, so I just wrote it quick while we were doing things, but I was very focused on the RP.
And as you say that, you watch as Sifer, Shirku, Zastrava, Mila, and all of you guys start climbing up the ladder. And as Nilzadi gets up, Nizaldi.
That's what it was. Why did I write?
I have answers for you. And she's just kind of looking down, and at this point it's actually starting to be dusk, so it's a little bit darker, so she's not straining her eyes anymore.
It's getting dark. The demon's more active during the night.
If the demons come, I don't think there's any way we can defend the people.
Everyone boards up in the tavern. The two of us with Plomine's life should be able to keep most of them safe. Shirku still has a little bit of strength left in him. Isn't that right, Shirku?
Barely.
Well, supposedly enough to beat me, so should be more than enough to defeat some demons.
That last fight I had with my sister took quite a bit out of me.
Les, I appreciate your bravery, but if you're injured, the demons are no joke.
No, they're not.
Aster gets up and looks around. I still have a powerful enough spell slot. I could have us all go into my home for the night.
If you're willing.
Would that be a little bit safer?
If you're willing to do so, then thank you.
I would love to be inside the house again.
It's gonna take a little bit, but I'll work on that. Do we go about relocating everyone?
It's gonna have to be during the day.
There's not a city around for so long.
At least, if we start making our travel now, we'll at least be able to get out of the worst part of this continent.
Shirku, you in particular, I feel like would know. You guys are at least a week or two away from the closest city.
Yeah, I kind of figured as much.
And looking around, there's still about 60 people.
No, it's a week walk, but as long as we make haste to get out of the worst part of the north, it should be safer south.
I was planning on going back to my ship, but you need help still?
You've done so much for us already.
I don't want to see everyone here die, and I don't think I wouldn't be happy if my friends died either. I have
If
give me she pulls
if that's
out
what
her spell.
if that's what you want to do, is there really a teleportation spell large enough for this many people?
I don't have it prepared today, and it's a higher level spell. I would need some more precious gems. I have enough for a few castings, but
I might have the gems. What you need?
rare chalks and
Be
inks.
defeated.
Rare chalks and inks infused with precious gems.
If I recall correctly, we've picked up 3 jade gems, a jet black gem, 4 pearls, 5 diamonds, 2 amethysts, and a garnet.
Depending on the value, if I just took probably 2 of those, I should be okay for creating this. It would probably take 4 castings. I am doing the math right now, but I could get it so that tomorrow I could get, if everyone's okay with going to Rolla, or either that, yeah, I don't want to send them to the other place where I have a route. I don't think that would be a good place to take them.
Going home would be nice, and with the amount of plumbing that all of my
if I were to be
now-
getting you guys in, that would take a 5th casting. To get the 60 people, it's gonna take 4.
I'm sure we still have more to clean up on this continent. In this area.
Definitely, yes.
I mean, I can, if Rolla's where you want to go, I can take you guys there with me too. I just don't know. I worry about if you're all traveling. There's a lot of room for error.
We've made it this far. I did suddenly find out that all of my friends are heretics, but we've made it this far.
Asger, that I don't know if that's the nicest thing to say. I mean,
They're not very nice right now.
I mean, truthfully, I'm not really a Plomian worshipper either.
Yes, but you're not protecting the Mat of Mirrors either. And you know what? Net zero is better than negatives at this point.
So, just because they're protecting your friend's sister because he wants to actually have a relationship with them. Because he wants to get to know his family, who might have been stuck doing things that she didn't like doing.
I was stuck doing things that I didn't like doing, and I got out of it.
Shirku at this point just closes his eyes and just he doesn't even know anymore at this point.
My escape didn't even require killing anyone.
Nancy, I will redeem your thing later. I see it. They've already gotten treats. Someone just tried to redeem treat time, which shouldn't be available right now. I apologize. I mean, it's just when you look at it from someone else's perspective, they're just trying to get to know their family. While you were, yes, in a situation you didn't like, you got to know your family, though. You had people you were close to. I think if you were sheltered to the spot where the only person you knew, or people you knew, were horrible people who raised you like that, maybe this lady could become some sort of bastion of good. Mean's not all about death and destruction. There's also redemption in there. Wasn't there a story of Gaelic once? I've learned a few things here or there. Didn't Gaelic himself work for the Man of Mirrors for a point?
Is this fair? Just, it seems like she's caused so much damage that she's beyond rehabilitation at this point.
When all you know is survival, you survive. You do what you must.
Mm-hmm.
There was a point where I was just an orphan who woke up every day and no memory of what had happened the previous. And I had to survive. I did things I wasn't proud of. I stole from people. But I've got it.
People you kill before you join the ship, though. Not all crimes are equal, and that is my problem here.
Not all crimes are equal, that is true. But death is something that can happen to any of us at any time. Do you know if this lady has slain the people with her own blade? Or did she just watch over them?
She did slay Shirku for a short period of time. Thankfully, I'm able to heal, and we aren't in that evil wooded area.
It's funny considering the woods considered you evil instead of the other way around.
Asger, has your magic went further beyond than I thought? Are you able to bring people back from the dead now?
No, just back from the brink of death.
So as far as you know, Nalzadi has not slain a single person. And you notice
Not,
the entire town is just quiet watching this.
not so long as I've known her. She did admit to doing it, though.
Did she? Or did she admit that they were sacrificing people?
I heard the
She-
sacrifice part.
Sacrifices usually involve murder, or at least the destruction of something.
Does that mean that
Unlike
Does that mean that someone who is a part of a system that kills people is responsible for their deaths?
yes,
Asker? I should let you know that your military kills people.
And so
They kill
does your
people.
law.
Exactly. We've discussed this. Death comes to those who break the law. The military has killed people who have broken the laws.
And no-
Asta doesn't break any law.
What?
Asda, our neighbors to the north, do not break
yes.
any laws.
But aren't we at war with them?
That's not breaking any of their law. That's not
That
even
seems-
breaking.
Confusing.
And no one here has been breaking the laws of this continent.
Isn't this continent where the strong survive?
It's just survival at this continent. Every city has their own laws.
That doesn't
Systems.
seem very organized. I don't really like that system.
This is not an organized land, sadly.
It's been broken apart because of the demons.
Then we should unbreak it apart and make it organized.
Do you have the military forces to do so while you're in a war?
I'm going to find the military forces to do so.
You won't find it out here. I guarantee you that.
Would you find it better to find your military sources and have someone else come into the homeland of these people and tell them what to do? But would you rather teach the people here what to do?
I mean, teaching them here to do is better. That's why I was going to enlist all of these people here who are currently standing and watching.
So,
Huh?
are you going to go through each of these people's problems? And
Yes.
then judge them whether or not they should be alive or not in your new world?
No.
Well, that depends on what their problems are. Most problems are just fines or small punishments like that. It's when we get to the larger crimes of years of killing people and tricking them into sacrificing them for your own protection. That seems like a much larger scale problem that should probably be removed from my world.
Your world?
Yes.
Shirku just looks at her at that. You're not the only one that lives on this world.
No, I have many royal subjects.
Aster looks to Sistrava and Sifer at that.
People to help me do.
What was that, Sifer?
It's a concerning statement.
Very.
You have many future subjects in Rolla, but there are many lands throughout the world, and not all of them are under Rolla's rule. However,
Not yet.
well, if you want to consider taking over the world, it's certainly something you can do during your own rise to power. However, you have to realize, think about Mila's land and the different wonderful culture they have there. Think about the cultures we've seen along our journey. Not all of them have been good, but some have. And would you want to completely rip away those cultures and put in your own?
No, just some laws to make things more even across the board and keep the peace so that people have the fear of the law to stop killing each other so that everyone can live more peacefully. Mila's land seems to only be ruled by those who can kill other people faster, which seems like a pretty terrible system. I realize that it's her culture and everything, but that seems barbaric in ways, and I feel like there's a better way to do it, so we should teach them how to do it.
Forcing laws on another civilization tends to cause an uproar, and it's normally viewed as cruel.
What was that, Sifer?
You have to kill a lot of innocent people to impose your laws.
I mean, why would we have to kill the innocent people?
Because not every innocent people are going to like those laws.
What do you think Asta thinks of their actions?
That they're wrong and they understand why we're at war with them, but they refuse to let their system go, so they continue to try to fight against the better system.
In their opinion, their system is the better system. They are the ones who are true to Plomine's edicts. They are the ones who are spreading Plomine's light.
That just seems wrong.
And
Do
to
you
them,
So do you want to become Asta?
No?
It's just important to sometimes look from other people's perspective and see if their life and their views can be something that you can come to terms with.
That's what we have been doing, but we just keep bumping into people serving Master Mirror and killing lots of people, and then lots and lots of demons, which also seems like a bad thing, but Plomine's light scares those away.
Exactly, and we can work on those that are truly corrupt and make positive changes to those who are suffering under those, but But just remember, some towns are just a little different, and there's nothing wrong with being different. Now, if they're being taken over by an evil overlord, sure. But
So
for
we did
now,
good here.
huh?
I said, so we did good here.
Yes, we did good here, but we must leave it to the townsfolk to reorganize. We can help them if they need it, but I'm sure they're more than capable now that they have seen the villainous ways that were betraying them. But
Yes.
they can make positive change.
If they didn't already know about it.
Exactly. So hopefully they can, now that they know what was happening, they can fix things.
This makes sense.
But in any case, it has been a very, very long day. And this scaly lady needs sleep.
Yes, I agree. I think we all do.
Do I-
Shirku looks to his sister. All of us.
You watch as you say that Aster sets a rod into the ground. You watch as a giant like her door is normally smaller, but since she has so many people about to be going into it, she makes a ginormous door appear. And she's like, inside you will find rooms for all of you. We can rest here before figuring out exactly where we're going tomorrow.
Thank you again for your help.
I hope that you guys have a marvelous day tomorrow with whichever one of me it is. I'll leave notes. But Oh.
Thank you so much for all your help. We couldn't have done it without you. I'm sure of that.
I have faith in you. Just don't get yourselves. Maybe take a breather before going into some fights. Maybe.
Yeah, might be a good idea. I'll look at Mila, which means no more running on ahead upstairs.
And with that, I think we're going to end tonight's session. Thank
Lots of
you all.
drama.
Yeah. Auntie, you will be getting reimbursed. Thank you all very much for joining us. I hope you've all had a wonderful time. And well,